Hi, welcome to Christy Sunrise. Today I'm going to share with you my recipe for pizza rolls. So let's get started. You are going to need some egg roll wraps. You're going to need some pepperonis. You're going to need a block of mozzarella cheese, and this is 16 ounces. You're going to need some cornstarch. You're going to need some water. So I'm going to begin by, you know how I grate the cheese. I like the cheese fresh. Well, it's not really fresh, but I like to grate it fresh. And the reason is I do not like the pre-grated cheese because it's covered with some type of waxy substance. So if you have a food processor, you can put it in there. I have one. It's just easier for me to do this, keeps my muscles going, and I don't have to clean it. This is easier to clean than the food processor. So I'm going to begin by grating the cheese. Now, I did put the cheese in the freezer for about 30 minutes. That will make it easier to grate. So there we go. So I'm going to finish grating this, and then I'll be back to show you what we do next. Okay, the cheese is grated. So now I'm going to open up the pepperonis. And I'm going to cut them in small portions, like quarters. Doesn't have to be perfect. So just kind of cut them up in pieces. If you miss one, it's okay. You got to kind of break them up. Put all that on the tray. So break them up. We went from pizza bread because we used to have that on Friday. And then when I learned how to make the pizza rolls, we went to pizza rolls. And this is something that my kiddos would help cook. My middle son makes these, and he takes them to a whole new level. He adds spinach and mushrooms, and they're delicious. I'm pretty simple. Straight pepperonis, good with me. But of course, you can add whatever you want to them. And we will be deep frying them in the egg roll skins. And I'll show you how we do that. And I will also share with you, these freeze really nicely. So, you know, when you open the package of the egg roll skins, you need to use all of it, basically. That stuff just, to me, doesn't last long. And be careful when you're buying it at the store, because I have bought it and not paid attention to the expiration date, and they have been expired. And we surely don't want that. So I'm mixing this all up. Again, it's just pepperonis and mozzarella cheese. And since they freeze really well, if you don't use the whole batch, like now it's just my husband and I, and we don't eat a whole batch at one time. So, so I make them and I freeze them, and they're a nice little snack. It's a chunk of cheese. Won't tell my dogs. They've already had theirs. I don't know how they know when you're grating cheese, but they do. Okay, so here we go. Open the egg roll wraps. I can't tell you how many egg roll wraps are in here. It just usually works out pretty good that I have enough egg roll wraps. We'll count them when we're done. Okay, so I have about half a cup of water. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and we're using this to seal the edges. My pastry brush. You can use your fingers or you can use a pastry brush. I will tell you, I used my fingers for years. So it doesn't matter how you get it done as long as you get it done. You can measure it out, but I have measured it out, and it's about half a cup of the cheese and pepperoni mix. So you just lay it down. I do it sideways. Just add some stuff right here, stuff right here, stuff on the edges. And you roll it. Gotta be gentle. I'm going to make sure it all seals. And then roll them up. There you have it. Okay. See how easy that was? Again, about half a cup. You can measure it out if you want. I do about 3 sides. Bring it over. Now, if the egg roll wraps are not fresh, if they're old, they're going to be falling apart on you. I wouldn't recommend using those. And you're just going to kind of make sure that the edges are sealed. I'll do another one, and then I'm going to not bore you with this stage. And I will come back when I'm done. That'll save some time for you. So fold it, kind of bend it in. You can see what I'm doing. Fold it over, make sure it's all sealed in there really good. Roll it over. There you go. If it's not sealed, you could just like add a little and just kind of make sure you seal it up. Okay, I will finish this and I'll be back. What I'm doing, let's see how many it made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. 15. So there were 16 in there. Now, I told you these freeze well before we cook them. Now, you can fry them in the oil at this stage if you want, but they fry better when they're cold or a little frozen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put 6 in the freezer, just like this. I'm going to fry 6 to show you. So here they are. Put it on wax paper and then just stick it straight into the freezer. These I'm going to show you. I'm going to wrap them in just a second. I'm going to stick these in the freezer, rinse my hands. I'll be right back. These I am going to wrap up to freeze. So you can let them sit a little bit until they're a little dry, and then just take the saran wrap and wrap them up. That's simple. And then when you're going to fry them, I would take them out about 30 minutes before and let them sit out for about 30 minutes. Because these will be deep frozen, and then freeze them. So I'm going to wrap all of them up. I put them in a Ziploc baggie. You can put them in a container, whatever you want to use to freeze, to store them in. It doesn't have to be a Ziploc bag. Here we go. Try to get as much air out as you can. And these will be in the freezer for when we're ready to have them. Okay, I am back. The pizza rolls were in the freezer for about an hour. They've been sitting out about 15 minutes. And I'm going to want to cook them like about 325, 323, 24, 25. Here we go. Okay, so you're going to drop it in. I wouldn't do more than 2 at a time, depending on what you're frying it. I usually fry them in a bigger pot. You don't want them to stick. Like they're trying to stick. Don't stick. And then you want to start turning them over pretty quickly, because if not, they're going to be hard to turn over. See, like that little guy right there. Because you want to try to cook them as evenly as you can. Turn him again. I used to cook them without putting them in the freezer, and I found that the inside, of course, gets hotter and it starts oozing out. And we don't really want them to ooze out. So you're just going to keep flipping them, cooking them till they're golden brown. You can kind of stick them under if you want. We'll do that, but you don't want to just push down on them, because you do not want them sticking to the bottom of the pan. This was just giving me some trouble. We would serve these. I like the marinara sauce, and my husband likes the ranch. So we usually, and the kids, of course, the kids like the ranch. Kids like ranch on everything. Don't you do that. When my son comes up and makes these, we get the big old turkey fryer out that he bought us, because he makes a lot, because we usually have a lot of people. And again, he put spinach in his and black olives, and I mean, you can put anything that you want in these. I'm just simple. I like cheese and pepperonis. You can put ground beef in them, but I would cook the ground beef. Of course, I know you know that first. Okay. I am going to call these cuties done. And I kind of put them on the side a little so they'll drain. And okay. Here you have it, homemade pizza rolls. Look at the inside. They're scrumptious. Homemade pizza rolls. Marinara sauce, ranch. Homemade pizza rolls. Homemade pizza rolls. Marinara, ranch. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share with your friends and hit the subscribe button. I'm going to taste it. I like the marinara sauce, but let's see. Oh my gosh, these are so good. Try it with the ranch. Delicious. I am going to air fry a couple of these pizza rolls so you can see what it looks like air fried. We're going to air fry them for 12 minutes, 6 minutes on each side at 380 degrees. You could do 380 to 350. You can spray the egg rolls with olive oil. Pam, I am going to choose to brush mine. So I have a brush and put some olive oil in a pan, if that's what you choose to do. Spraying's messy for me. So I'm going to coat them in olive oil. Put them on the air fryer basket. Okay. Again, you could do this between 380 to 400 degrees. It's 8 to 12 minutes. I'm going to do it at 380 degrees, 6 minutes. Then I'm going to flip them, see what they look like, and then pause and do 6 more, or 5 to 6 minutes, or 4 to 6 minutes. We'll just see what it does. Okay, they have been in the air fryer for 6 minutes. I am getting ready to take them out and flip them, and I will cook them for another 6 minutes. See how they look. I'm going to flip them. I'm going to put them in here at 380 for another 6 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, timer has gone off. Probably air fried them a little too long, but this is what they look like air fried. They're not as crunchy. They don't appear to be as crunchy, but they're not as oily. Let me cut into one. They're not as crunchy. They're not as oily. They're pretty hot. Let me cut one open. So this is the pizza roll air fried. Might be an option. It might be an option for you to at least to try. I did it again at 380 degrees, 6 minutes on each side. I brushed them with olive oil instead of spraying them. I'm not going to bite into it because they're extremely hot. But this might be a better option for you. So I gave you the basics, how to make them, how you prepare them. If you want to fry them or air fry them, could be your choice. Pizza rolls. These are air fried. If you like the video, do a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to share with your friends, share with your friends. So you have them fried and air fried. I showed you both ways. Have a good day. Thank you.